Alright folks, it's Arvelayne here. You're going to wonder about the title of this video, but let me explain. If you've watched all of the videos I've done up till now, you'll have seen the fact that this is a pretty dire world to start in. Okay, there's a city nearby, but all the other areas seem to be pretty bereft of stuff. And one of the things, the random number generator just seems to have been against me. It threw another twist last night. On the 24th day, at about 7:30 PM, I was running back from yet another trip out to try and find something, another building. I found a small campsite, it's kind of, just the usual. But in a random pile of rubbish at about 7:30 PM, guess what I found? And now you see why I've called the episode what I have, because I have finally found a feckin' forge book. And it was out of a pile of rubbish, randomly checked, because I have this habit of going round and checking rubbish piles, because if nothing else you've got a chance of mouldy bread. And here was the little black book sitting there. I learned it as soon as possible because I learned it last night, but I haven't really done much till today, because I just learned it because I thought there's no way I want to die on the way back from this. So yeah, I have finally taken the next step. Look, I even have a set of tools made all ready to actually start to get going. It's only taken just about 3.5 feckin' weeks. So now what I can now do is, aside from clearing all the remaining snow from the inside of the base, is, as you see, I've been busy. The defensive wall is now complete. No, the parapet isn't complete, because I want to put a parapet like I've got there all the way around. But I probably bit off more than I could chew, and also these walkways kind of like chewed up quite a lot of wood, so I am going to have to go out and find more wood. That's the start of another walkway, but that's going to require quite a lot of more time. But as you can see, I have quite a lot of space. That's all going to have to grow before I can take it down, but I'll be able to hold the rest. So I have quite a sizable garden, and I always like having my garden walled off. If you've seen the Technical Alpha video, you will see that I have a great big wall around my garden, but it was kind of done as a secondary thing, an after thing, after the original base. This time I decided to plan it in, having enough space to do some garden stuff. Oh, I've got to fix that. Can I get down? Oh yeah, just. But yeah, I decided to do walkways all round, because I'm fed up of constantly going through that little hatch which I used as my original entrance and exit to the house. So I thought, well, let's be a little bit fancy and have like walkways round. Although I had a weird incident with this one, and there's something that you should know about structural integrity. It's really, really weird, because I had something along this lines, but just one wide. And then I started building a second one, so I just sort of started tacking on wood onto the second one, and then the whole lot disappeared. It must have collapsed, but I never saw it. So I'm just like blonk, blonk, blonk. Where'd everything go? Oh, I wasn't on it at the time, thankfully. But yeah, so when you're building stuff like that, it's probably, just every building video will say this, but yeah, stick some stuff underneath it. And I've supported it, because I thought, well, if it's going to fall down randomly, then I'd rather it didn't. I don't know. But yeah, here I am. I actually have the forge book. I have actually found one of the major grails of the game at the moment. But yeah, oh, here they come. Must be a little wandering horde. I'm not so bothered now, because of the fact that the thing is that, as you'll notice, we've also moved on well over a week, because I had the day 21 horde, but I did actually record it, but the day 21 horde was actually particularly unspectacular, it only seemed to be about maybe what 10 zombies. Although I did discover that things go on once you start the game. Before you press enter, things happen, because when I came into the game I discovered a hole in the back wall at the other side. So just so you know. But it's all spiked around outside. I'll go and take, once those two guys have buggered off, I'll give you a look round. I mean, you can see it from the inside. I tend to work. I mean, the thing is, it's only one thick. But then, at the difficulty level I'm playing at, that's probably enough, as long as you do a bit of repairs. If you're playing it on a higher difficulty level, then you're probably looking at trying to get it upgraded as quickly as you can. I mean, to be fair, I would probably upgrade all the middle 2 rows. I've upgraded them to not like 2 wood upgrades. Wood frames. I would probably upgrade them to at least scrap with scrap iron, or I would probably actually upgrade them to cobblestone. If I was building this, like if I decided to rebuild this place somewhere else, all those 2 rows would be all cobblestone, definitely. Although having said that, I probably wouldn't start off as big. If I was starting someplace new, I'd probably start with like a relatively small building and then work my way up. But yeah, tools. I actually have tools. I have a shovel, for God's sake. It's only taken 24 days, and I had actually almost lost hope. So anyway, this is the situation, and pretty much, like I say, I'm going to give you a wee look round, because obviously this is more of a kind of like a little a video to sort of show off what's going on, because obviously I've not had a lot to tell you, because it was getting to the point where I was showing you I was recording videos of basically me running around finding nothing. So yeah, and the thing is, I'd always promised that I wouldn't sit and smack rocks and record it for you, because it seems a little pointless. But I have something to show you now, and I have something that I can progress the game. But I do plan on spending a bit of time basically grinding, because obviously I'm going to now have to try and get a beaker. I still have to get a beaker, and I've not even seen where any of the supply drops have dropped. You saw early on. If you go back the videos, you'll find there's one where I can't find a crate, because I didn't know where it dropped. I have not even seen the purple smoke. The mist up here is awful, and I haven't even seen the purple. The purple? When did it become purple? Orange smoke. So I've not even got one supply drop. Everything that I've got, I've found. I found a first aid kit the other day. I've held on to that, but I mean, I managed, because I got aloe. I made some fancy bandages, and I've got painkillers and stuff. So I've got enough. I've got enough to keep me going, but I've not got enough to make myself like, sort of like make trips into the city or anything like that. But now that I have the forge, I can at least now go and make molds for all the gun parts that I've got, because I did actually find 2 parts of the sniper rifle at the shotgun Messiah, and I also found a full SMG, and I found a shotgun. But without having the access to the stuff that I need to make repair kits and make other weapons, I just didn't want to use them. So let's go and take a quick look round, because obviously we'll need to move this on, because I don't want to end up like getting attacked. Not really well. No, just so you know, see these wee holes here in the snow? These seem to actually work quite well for trapping zombies, strangely. Didn't know that until one of the last with the week before with day 14 horde. But anyway, yeah, I mean, here's the entrance. Basically, it was Games for Kicks videos that inspired me to have this particular configuration. I keep that spike not upgraded, just so as it takes only a little damage. I am considering moving to Master Strokes, which he said he found it on another video, but where you actually burrow under and then come back up. But that's maybe for some point. But for now, I mean, I don't mind the few points of damage. I don't upgrade that, no. But yeah, I mean, basically hatch, and there's a couple of ladders on the other side. And basically it's I've spiked all the way around. As you can see, it's quite a large place. But then, like I say, it was planned rather than just growing, because the previous times I've taken a like a smaller place and then extended it, whereas this time I actually decided just to go straight from the start and grow it. It looks a little castle-like with the house in the middle, but then I've always tend to go with that sort of castle-like structure. I don't put granulations on it or anything like that, but I mean the thing is that what I'll end up doing is I will, as you can see, there's the parapet which will eventually be all the way along, because that's a pretty good block against the cop zombies that I found previously. But yeah, watch me get injured like a spanner. Did it? Haha. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And probably what I'll do is, if you've seen the technical alpha video, I will probably eventually put a fence, wood fences all the way along the inside to stop me from falling off on the inside. Because yeah, I could just drop down, but I don't know. There's just something a bit inelegant about falling off of stuff all the time, and you don't want to take a chance. I mean, I don't think it's high enough that I'd actually hurt myself, but do I really want to take the option? But I mean, yeah, I mean, all I can say is that there's going to be times when you're going to come up against RNG, and it's going to make the game potentially more difficult, because if you are there's stuff that you're going to need, and like I say, there's just going to be times when you're just not going to find it. So all you can really do is just keep hope, because if you can keep hope, then eventually 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yeah, we'll make it 8s. You know, you will eventually get lucky. You know what I mean? Even if it's in a, you know, don't forget those rubbish piles. I mean, I see in other videos people just running past them, and don't get me wrong, most of the time it's going to actually be rubbish. But I found the forge book. I found the forge book in a rubbish pile. So in this game, pretty much anything can happen. I spent so long looking for houses, anything, and I ended up finding what I was needing in a blooming rubbish pile. So, for now, what my plan is to get my farm up and running, because obviously I have been planting vaguely. As you can see, I was using the sort of piling up of earth technique, which I originally had on the balcony, which you saw. But I mean, that's a little. I don't like that. I don't know. I just don't like that. But now that I can do this, I can now basically take this, grow all my stuff properly, not have to worry about it, and actually go and grow it all instead of just having to grow like bits and pieces. So yeah. So the plan for just now is to get this up and running, get the farm going, and then start to work on getting myself ready for other stuff. What that other stuff will be, I'm not really entirely sure yet, because I'm just too happy at getting the blooming forge book. But I mean, obviously I need a beaker, but that's going to be found off a random nurse probably somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And it's going to be, the thing is that at that point RNG will just take over again. But anyway, now that you've seen all of my latest news, hopefully the next video, and the thing is that it's going to start jumping a bit in time wise, because there's no point in, like I say, there's no point in showing you like me planting seeds and stuff like that. But the next videos, I'm going to try and find some more interesting stuff. I'm going to have to make more runs out to try and find other points of interest, and that's going to take some time. And I think what I'll do is I'll try and make sure I record those rather than everything, and hopefully the next few will be a lot more enjoyable. Anyway, don't forget, RNG can sometimes be your friend. And don't forget to loot the rubbish piles. Okay? Don't forget to loot the rubbish piles. Anyway, take care, have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye!